Join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. The meeting will please come to order. We do have three for posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak shall each have 5 minutes.
Mr. Grant, Commissioners, Charles Morgan. I'd like to talk about the noise issue again because it's getting worse. Yesterday, when I was at the Duke School and we were making a presentation for the Patriots pen, what the winners got money for, and we gave them a check. So before I went into the building, my head was ringing like crazy. And I happened to have my noise meter with me. It was 77 decibels. To limit any noise is maximum 55 by federal government. I go into tell them I was there and everything, and school kids, young ladies and boys coming in complaining about their heads hurting and the parents are coming to pick them up from school. Was it because of the loud noise, low frequency that most people can't hear? I think so, because I was affected, not the first time I've been affected by it. So I know how to identify that, and using my meter, that confirms what I'm thinking. So this issue brought up with Commissioner Lane, and when he went to Austin to discuss that with some folks and see if we get something done, and maybe you can relay that to us, what you got. But we're not getting any improvement. We're not getting the law implemented by the State Attorney General. He misinterpreted the law on purpose. We are not being protected as the law says, House Bill 1818 as amended. Says that Railroad Commission, you've got to do something to protect our citizens. They're doing nothing to protect us, continuing to do that. And then the State Attorney General just threw more oil on the fire. We've got to stand up to these people. Stand up to oil and gas. So they have so much money that they're buying off these guys. I know that last session, the Railroad Commission chairwoman got $3 million from oil and gas as a donation. That shouldn't be able to do that. If you're going to be in control of an organization or a business or whatever, you need to have the sense to not take all that money and just do your job. But the money buys them off. And so this misinterpretation can be rescinded by the governor. His authority has been overridden by the State Attorney General. And that's not right. That's got to be changed. Maybe we can go to the governor and say, hey, Governor, here's what's happening, and people are being damaged in our county. I know we had 10 died, and I know several of them, and I've been to their house and took a noise meter reading. It was 100 decibels. One guy's house, he had brain damage and died 2 days later. This was terrible. We cannot take this in this county anymore. We're number 8 in the number in the county with more than 1,000 gas wells. There's 27 counties with 1,000 gas wells, and based on the population and the compressor stations they have, I estimate there's going to be 3,600,000 people in these 27 counties alone that are going to be damaged. Okay.
Thank you. Anything else this morning?
Oh, I have a question. Would it be okay if this Patriots Pen person that the VFW awarded first place for our group, and she has such a moving speech. I'd like to invite her to talk to you guys and read it to you. Would it be possible the next time maybe? It's only 5 minutes, and that's
Certainly, you can come. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And in the 5-minute comment at
Okay.
the beginning.
Yeah, that's the maximum length I can do, so thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say happy Texas Independence Day.
Thank you. Thank you. I hadn't even thought about that, really. All right, if there's not anything else, we'll go to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes of the February 16th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes of February 16th meeting.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments. Now, number 5, it still shows requested by, do you have a new one?
Yes.
Got a new.
You got that. Ready?
Sorry, I didn't see that. Yes, okay. I knew she'd gone back and had it and did that for us, but I understand. Pardon?
I like the first one.
I make a motion to approve the budget transfer amendments.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 3 is to approve and pay the bills. You know, we made, let's see. No, never mind. We'll do it under reports. Not the bills, what I was thinking.
Motion to pay the bill.
I second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll, Item number 5 is reports. We have an auditor's report for January. We also have the treasurer's report. A report from the extension agent as to what they've done last month and what the plans are for March. And the travel allowance there. On March the 26th, at 6 o'clock, there will be a fundraising banquet for the Freestone County 4-H adult leaders. There are going to be auction items and raffle items. And that will be on March the 26th. We have election results, and all of this is just one,
The precinct box by box.
right, box by box, but it's just one set, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just gonna pass these around and let
Yeah.
everybody review them if they'd like to.
I think this what you got, isn't what you give us a while ago?
That's
I
just,
gave you a total, a grand total on there,
It's a
but the
grand
other, the big one there is the precinct by precinct.
yes, you know, we usually get the precinct individually, see how many people voted and, wait, no,
Those are individual boxes, should be 13.
this is one packet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you'll just look at the whole packet and pass it over, that's what I was trying to get straight in my mind, so. Yeah, or y'all can share, and then pass them on over. But, that way we get an idea of how many people voted and, you know, later on we may want to look and see if we want to consolidate in some elections and things, so. I wonder, can you just print, I mean, this is a good thing to look at, but can you just print, for that purpose, you know, like you have the statistics here on the front? Can you?
I don't know, I can try and,
Look and see if you can print that by box.
okay.
I bet there's some.
Yeah, it's a new electionware, so I just didn't,
Sure.
I'm not sure how to navigate it just yet, so that's what I found, and that's,
Okay. And you'll need that whenever you come in next time. Of course, it'll be a while, but still,
yeah.
to have that, those numbers. I guess as you finish the first one, if you want to pass them around, everybody look at the first one, and then the second, and then the third. Okay. When will we have to canvass the votes? Do we canvass the votes on these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And it'll be this next, coming up, next week. I'll start canvassing now, and I'll have it ready by next week.
Okay. You need to look at what the last date to canvass is, because we may have to do a special meeting for that, plus not knowing. Party chairs, yeah. And I missed three.
One, two, so I had to say
We go.
The chair does it. And four went off.
Does anybody have three? Do I have three?
Three right here.
Okay. Go ahead and look at me.
We looked at it, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Precinct three, it's voted 48. Where is precinct three? 40.
Oh, we got it.
I have to go get my. Let's see. It's in two.
Question for Greg then. Question for Greg then.
Yeah.
Precinct two.
We'll look it up. I'm just writing down the number of voters. Two. Where is box three? It's in yours, in your three.
Column,
Donnie,
Donnie?
but you mind.
Okay.
Where's precinct four?
Cotton Gin.
Box three and Donnie had the least voters, 48.
Who did?
Donnie, box four, box three.
May I say something? We had combined box for the first time at due, 13 and 14 is no more, but it's all 13. And we had a lot of Langley voters that come in that they found out of it by accident, so we need to do a better job when we combine a box of getting the information out to the voters. We had one lady come in, about 6:30. She knew that the Methodist church where they used to vote was closed, but somebody said, well, it's at due, so she went to the Methodist church at due, and they sent her over to the school. But we need to do it, when you combine a box, you need to do everything you can to let the voters know.
There's supposed to be a note on the door where it voted last time,
Yeah.
if it's changed. We also published it in the paper.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't see
Yeah.
that. So I put it, I shared it on Facebook, on my personal page, and then I wrote it, a post on my page that Gary then shared with what's happening in Freestone County. But I didn't think of that until the last minute. So,
And it is on the website also, so people
oh, I know,
could
but,
always look on that too.
yeah, I know where it is, and I know
Yes.
where people look and don't look. And Facebook's probably the best place, seriously. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up, because if you're considering combining boxes, then
Besides Facebook, what would you suggest?
let's face it, Facebook is the most popular thing going these days, especially for grown-ups. It's not for kids, but it is for adults. And so, I don't know, I'm not an advertising person. I just know that I see that as something that needs to be done early and often until they get used to it. And of course, we were telling them when they came in that this is it for the foreseeable future, this is where you'll come. But,
Which is why we try to keep it in the same place all the time, but sometimes things happen. Thank you.
I got calls right up until yesterday afternoon, people trying to hurry up to get to where they need to go vote, and wondering where it's at, so.
Oh, yeah,
well, we
we
didn't,
got phone calls here, and I got phone calls
I
about,
did too.
so,
because several places did change because we couldn't use the facility in the
Right.
phone.
well, and
Hopefully
Dew
that'll-
went from the Dogan School to the Chamber of Commerce, so,
Yeah.
not,
Dogan.
box two, Dogan.
Dogan.
But it's just a, I don't know, I
And
don't
that's
know
the
the
most
answer,
calls
but I
I
just
got
know
was
the
for
question.
that. Dogan
So,
to the-
Renee, where's precinct 6, voting box 6?
Kirby?
Kurt?
Would you like to say anything else?
I think it went very smoothly. It started, as far as new equipment and everything, the equipment did very well. And, we were here till about 11 last night, so we didn't stay out too late. But the voting process was very smooth. We got a lot of good results from the equipment and how it was running and things.
voters like it.
We had positive feedback from the machines, and they like the paper that you could go put in the other part of it, so that's good. All right, any other reports? Sure, there he is. You don't have anything for our sheriff, do you?
No, we've had a rough couple of weeks, so we need to pray for our citizens.
You
It's
do?
been pretty hard.
Mhm. We really have. All right, do we have a motion to accept the reports?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6, the burn ban.
We've had lots of calls.
It's still dry.
Kelly?
Beth, will you go look at the date on that burn ban and see how long it's been in effect?
Yes, ma'am, I think it's January 5th, but let me check.
Okay, because it's only for 90 days, and I couldn't remember when we put it on for sure.
Which I know, Clyde, I know there's lots of people need to burn brush piles and stuff like that. And I get calls on it all the time, but, and I know for agricultural use, you can still burn. I don't know if you need to call and get a permit or what, but most of the ones that we've had are from burning brush, but they're not, they need to disc around them good if they do it. The one we had Monday was for burning brush, and they had mulched the place, so it was like a field full of charcoal. I mean, it went up like a rocket. I mean, it went quick, and we stopped it right before it got to their barn. It was within 6 inches of their wooden barn and headed towards the house, so we got it stopped in time. If the farmers and ranchers would, at least do their due diligence and disc and clean around those piles good before they burn them, I think it'd be all right. But I mean, how do you get that out, without doing
The
the
states
burns?
that you're supposed to have, part of that exemption tells you that you're supposed to have a prepared area, plowed area, or whatever. So it's just too many people not using their head, doing stupid things that run from people that actually would be a good steward and take care of their fire.
Exactly. So I don't know how you police that. Nobody in the county has the personnel to do it on a case-by-case basis to where you could go out there and inspect their burn piles before you tell them if they can burn it. Nobody's got time for that. That's not realistic to do. So, I mean, to me, the only other thing you can do is just keep the burn ban on, and then if they do come in to see the judge to get a permit to burn, then,
We don't give permits.
so you have to iterate that exemption and how you do it.
If you qualify for the exemption and you decide you're gonna burn, you're liable
That's
to
right.
burn something you're not supposed to burn. It's the liability's on them. People call in, I just tell them, look, if you
And
light
that's
it up,
what I
light it
tell
up, if
people,
you tell me
you're
you
simply
qualify.
liable.
Even if
But-
the burn ban's not on. It's up to
That's
them
right.
to be.
I just want to say about the burn ban, we had a situation, Kelly and them at the lake, and it was an accident. I mean, the people were out there working, and they were accidentally, they had their shredder broke, and they were welding, and a spark caught it on fire, and the volunteer fire department, I don't know if y'all know what they do, but they do an outstanding job, because I went up there, and those guys have been up there for hours fighting that thing, in the Texas Forestry Service, and I just appreciate what they do, but we need to be really careful with the burn ban. You even, like they say, I mean, it's a dangerous situation.
Sure it is.
People call all the time, want to, what can I do? And, I mean,
What was the date, Beth?
January 5th.
January 5th.
I think we need to leave the burn ban on, because we got people fighting fires while we're sitting home, and we need to take as much care as we can of them. And then we need the burn ban enforced. We got 3 calls this morning, people burning from last night on 84.
Well, the 90-day thing is, if we still want to keep it on, we have to do a new one. That's why we have to keep up with the date on
Are we running out of date now?
it. No, just checking to be sure.
I didn't leave it on.
No action on burn ban. Item number 7, special road use agreements. Anybody have one? If not, we'll go to item number 8, to approve bonds and education certificates. I have one for Beth Smith for the County Court Assistance Training Conference. Anything else?
I got one. VG,
Thomas Craig Oates.
that's me. Everyone turn your over.
It's
Mine.
mailed
I've got
almost
mine
back.
I haven't got mine yet.
Mine in there, Bob.
He's got one too.
No, I'll bring it.
Okay.
I'll get next time.
All right, go ahead and give it to us if you want to. Do we have a motion
I'll
to
make
accept
copies
this?
in here anyway.
I make a motion that we accept.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 9, to consider an agreement for microfilm storage between Avenue Enterprise Solutions and Freestone County District Clerk. We're gonna pass this one. We still don't have our 1295. Discuss the service agreement proposal. We're gonna pass that one for today. ACA reporting is number 11. ACA Reporting and Tracking Service 2022 Renewal Confirmation Program Agreement. And do you want to say anything about that?
What that is under the Affordable Care Reporting Act, where we have to do the 1095s, and because we're a member of TAC, they actually do that for us. We do have to sign up every year and renew that with them. It's, they waive the fees on it because we're a member of TAC, and so we've done it for the last 4 years.
Do you have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 12 is to, let's pass on number 12 till next time, when Brian will be here. Item number 13, discuss ARPA funds and administrative services contract. Does anybody have anything they would like to discuss on funds, any requests or any additional information?
I have, based on the, way we were told that we could not spend the money, Brother Carl, new fire department, has submitted, a new copy of things that would be beneficial to them, that would work.
Yeah,
And so I will give this to Beth. I just got it right before court.
all right.
And so I'll give this to Beth, so we put it in a file with the other fire departments.
Yeah, all right. There's not anything else. Any comments from Commissioners Court members?
Judge, on the ARPA deal, I don't know if, I don't know what the process is for approval of all these, and I know I've talked to Clyde about it, and, I've discussed some things with the folks at GrantWorks as well, so I just didn't know where we were at on approval or any of them, or do we need to resubmit anything, or?
It's a work in progress.
A work in
We're not
progress.
quite to that point.
Right, I got you.
Very soon.
When you say you spoke with GrantWorks, were you speaking with them on behalf of something y'all asked, filed for?
Yes. Yeah, I just had some questions to make sure what I was asking for was approvable, and they said that it was.
Judge, did you get our specs on the ambulance that you requested?
We have them, yes.
Anything about both, I guess we got an updated quote from Irvington Water. Setting up here, like I here.
Let us have that just in case. All right,
Yes.
anything else?
I'd like to say thanks to all the candidates that ran, all of them that won their election.
Yeah.
It's a good deal we get to do this for this country. Thank everybody who ran or whatnot.
Oh, and then, wait, we have another item. There should be another sheet that you have. This was posted later. To consider authorizing the county judge to execute an order regarding the settlement offers in the matter of Texas opioid multi-district litigation for the county. You know, we had made an agreement with an attorney's law firm to pursue that, and we actually are going to get some money. They have been negotiating on it, and there are several different companies that they are doing agreements with. And one is, if you want to hear all of them, the Endo Health Solutions, Endo Pharmaceuticals, Clark Pharmaceuticals, Eva Pharmaceuticals, Watson Laboratories. There's just quite a number of these that they are doing have done negotiations with, and now they are asking us to authorize them to enter into those settlements. And let me see if I can find the sheet that says how much we might be getting. And this, from Endo Pharmaceutical, $2,650, Kiva, $6,490, Big Three, $50,552.
$611,491. You need a motion on that?
Well, and then here they talk about that there are some reductions, which is going to take it down to abatement funds and different, to the comptroller and various fees that they have to take out.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's $51,094. No. Now, the amounts for everything that they have settled with, and then it looks like total to date, and they show it's between 50,500, no. Total, here it is, total to date direct share amounts, 72,986, I think. The way we're reading this. Anyway, we are going to get some funds out of this negotiated settlement, much more than I ever thought we would. For one thing, if we had to justify these funds, you know, that was the big discussion at the beginning, but we're not, since they were settled.
That's been about 3 years ago.
It has,
Yeah.
it has. And I hope I'm right with that final figure. Because it says total direct funds after estimated reductions and not restricted on use is the 59,692. And then this other is these were the direct share and direct from the subdivision funds, estimated reductions considered. So it may not be exactly that. But then there is also that another estimate that is 51,000. So I'm not quite sure which one of those it's going to be. And after that, the Big Three, the Kiva, Endo, and then there's a Johnson & Johnson that I think we've already gotten. Isn't that right, the 13,000? It may have been a year or two ago.
I think so.
We got the 13. So with those, added that 13 in, the total today for us would be the 72. So right now, what we're looking at, I think it's the 59. That's about as much as I could gather from the way this is written. But we have gotten the 13. I thought that would be it. But anyway, so we'll be looking for hopefully the 59,000. So are we in agreement to approve the settlement for us?
Can we do that? It's not on it
It is on the,
It's a
there's a separate,
supplemental.
there's a separate
yet?
one.
Oh, I didn't get
Should have been
that.
supplemental, but I have special set up there because I couldn't find the right one. But it's all right, same difference. It was posted at the right length of time.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Again, any comments? Commissioners Court meetings, not, we have a motion to adjourn.
Some folks is having their chili supper on March the 12th at the volunteer fire department up at the
So we
lake.
would be receiving an additional amount, not the 70, but the additional. Yeah.
So that's a fundraiser for the volunteer fire department up at the lake.
I I also want to say concerning the Teak Fire Department and their training facility, them guys over there have done a great job on, you know, fixing up and preparing the facility, the training facility, not only for them, but it is available and benefits all the fire departments in the Freestone area. We've had several trainings out there that all 9 departments come together and we train together. Also, Teeks, they were having a heavy rescue training that used to be in Guatemala County, and that it's since moved to Teague. And they had their first training last week, or last weekend, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had 58 students from everywhere, Louisiana, East Texas, I mean, and it's just gonna grow. So I just wanted to kind of give Teague a shout out for helping, and like I said, it's gonna not only benefit us, but it's gonna benefit the county to have people come in, so that's a good thing. That's Guadalupe County, was it?
Probably, yeah. What I say?
That's close enough.
What I say?
I was thinking.
Guadalupe, my bad.
Okay. All in favor, aye.